Hey folks, it's Eric again, back to show you some more stuff about SlidematchAdvanced. In the previous video I showed you how to rate things, and now I'm going to show you why that's really neat. Obviously rating stuff is great because you can keep track of what you've experienced and what your impressions of it were, but why do that? There's two reasons why you want to do that. One is so that you can get it back for yourself, and the other is so that you can share it with other people. So to show you how to get things back for yourself, I'm gonna do this demo for music. The only difference between what I'm going to show you for music and what I'm going to show you, the same functionality for videos, movies, and books, is that for music, the current song, the one that's currently playing, keeps rolling. So even after I switch and do things, it's just going to keep the current song playing. Well, anyway, let me just show you how this works. So what I'm going to do is, when SlidematchAdvanced first comes up, it starts off with everything, and it's showing you everything that's playing. This drop down here shows your context presets, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to switch this to a different context. So there's a couple of preset contexts. You got travel, office, workout, social, party. These are set up for music. For things like books, you've got beach reading, kids stuff. There's a bunch of settings that kind of make sense for common retrievals. In this case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select brunch, and there's two things that are going to happen. The first is that you're going to see that over here we're searching, and we're going to look for songs that match what these sliders have changed to. And you'll notice that there's now grayed out backgrounds on these sliders here. And what this does is it's restricting what music is going to get pulled back from my music library. And you can see that the selected songs now have changed to things that fit within these slider margins. And for brunch, the slider margins are set up to be relatively chill music, not too amped up through uplift, and that's about it. Required attention is not excessively background, but not excessively foreground either. So things that a little bit of attention is nice, but not required. Approachability, I'm keeping things pretty accessible. If you want to have a more esoteric brunch, you can move this margin up a little bit. For mood, I'm keeping things positive. If your brunch is okay to be slightly melancholy, you might want to move this down slightly, or move it up if you want it more upbeat. Physical, I've got things kind of between sit and maybe up through toe tap, possibly head nod, but I'm not getting too this is a food situation. It's not a dance situation. If I want a dance situation, I can switch this to party, and then you'll see the sliders change again. So let's do that. So I switched to party, and now I'm in a much more amped space, and I'm in a much more dance space, and there's similar setups for office and so forth. When you're in this, you'll notice that in this case the list of unrated items that I have up here is currently got a line through it. And what that means is that SlidematchAdvanced is not going to pull any unrated music. And that's because you don't really want your party or your brunch interrupted with things that might not fit. And if you haven't rated it yet, it might not fit. You can manually click this if you want to go ahead and allow unrated things. You can also click it again, and you will only pull in unrated things. So if you're really, if you're just sitting around and you just want to go through your collection and start rating things, then you can click this to be only your unrated stuff, and you'll have only unrated music come back, and then you can pull it back. Not recommended for your brunch or party, but that's what you can do. So that's the retrieval part of this, and it's if you're a type of person who likes to watch videos again, more than once, or movies more than once, or you like to retrieve books to read more than once, the same kind of retrieval thing works pretty well. So let me show you what else we can do. So that's retrieval, and what I want to do is, actually I'm going to switch this back to being what it should be, which is the not pulling in anything unrated. So retrieval, a big deal. The second thing that you want to do is you may want to export your impressions of things. Now for movies, books, and videos, the export is, well, let me show you the export. So for export, you just click the export button. You'll pause your music momentarily. And you'll see that the export defaults to being party in this case, because that's what I had my slider margin set to. So if you want to, do an export for travel, then you would go back. Well, actually, yeah. So if you want to do an export for travel, you would go back and select your travel preset, adjust the margins if you want, and then click your export, and you're good to go. Now, for export, you've got a couple of different choices of what you can send. So you can either select your top, like in this case my top 20 songs, or your top 20 books, or whatever, or you can select your next like bunch of songs. If you so if you're trying to build like your best of list for like a friend or something like that, then you choose like the top selector. If you're just trying to get like the next bunch of music to copy onto your phone to move out the door, then the next one's probably what you want to choose. And if you've taken the time to like hand select a bunch of things through search and whatnot, and you've built up a bunch of items on deck and you just want to export those, then that's what you use like currently selected for. In this case, I'm going to show you, okay, so that's the types of things you can export. In this case, I think I'll just do like my top 20. And the next thing that you want to show you is that there are multiple file formats. So as mentioned, for movies, videos, and books, you can dump things out in HTML or text, and you get like a little web page or a little text file that you can email to somebody with like your top books. Or your top movies or what have you. If you want to send someone a list of like your top YouTube videos, this is a really quick way to do that. Just put HTML file together and mail it to them, and they can just click on the links and go watch them. Or you can tell them to get on SlideMatch, and they can get recommendations from you. The other formats, in this case, the default is a native iTunes format, because I'm using iTunes on a Mac as my player. There's also M3U, which is the standard playlist that's used by just about every other player other than iTunes. And for example, when I dump things onto my phone, which is an Android-based device, I use the M3U playlist because that works great. In this case, I'm going to go with iTunes. You'll see here that you can copy the source location files as well. And this is really only relevant for music, but it's very nice because if I do want to copy a playlist down on my phone, I'll copy my playlist and all the music onto it, and we're good to go. And then you can renumber and source files. And if you're doing multiple exports, you might want to select to delete the existing files first, just because that way your playlist is like continually refreshed every time you export. So let me just go ahead and show you how this works. So in this case, I'm creating a party mix, my top 20 songs, I'm dumping it out to iTunes. So let's go ahead and do that. So you'll see we've got a little weight beach ball right now, because SlideMatch is searching through the entire library to find the top 20 songs that match these slider constraints and build up my list. And once it's done searching, I've got quite a lot of music in here. It will start actually copying these files over. And at this point, it's created I'll go ahead and drag this up so you can see it. We've created a party mix in my iTunes, and we're in the process of adding files to it. And so SlideMatch is creating my top party mix, which looks pretty good, actually. And SlideMatch is now done. Party mix is there. And I can dump that to my iPod or whatever. So that's about it. That's what's really cool about doing all your ratings, is that you can pull them back for situations that make sense and dump them out to take them with you, or send them to friends, or generally get back into your collections. A couple other minor things that we can fill under advanced features. You might notice that in music we've got the previous and next tracks get set up automatically as part of the import process. If you want to follow and add these to your the deck, you can just click on one of these and it'll place it on deck. There is also there's a search capability up here, which if you want to search for any particular song or a particular artist or anything within your library, you can click that and it will bring it up. general search thing. Is also a quick way, like if I want to just search for everything by a particular artist, I can click the artist and it'll bring up the search dialog with the artist pre-populated. So that's like your search. What else is in here that's worth it? Oh, if you want, SlidematchAdvanced has obviously a couple of controls for, these breakout panels here can be collapsed and extended. But the entire app itself can also be collapsed. If it's taking up too much screen real estate right now, you can just furl the entire thing, and it gets into this very small sort of mini player kind of configuration, which is still enough allowed for you to change to different. Like if I want to switch to like office music, for example, I can just do that now, and after SlidematchAdvanced will automatically go and pull back like my office stuff, so that if I want to switch context real quick, then that's an easy way to do it. That's about it. There's a lot of stuff that you can explore, some of the export things that access your profile and get things from your friends. I'm not going to demo that so I don't embarrass my friends. But that's, enjoy. It should be, I hope you have fun using it. And we'd love to hear any and all feedback that you have about your experiences with it. And if you're a developer and you want to get involved, we are open source, and definitely looking for all the input we can get and all the help we can get too. So thanks a lot. Hope you enjoy using it, and thanks for watching. Hope you,